And a very good. Let me just check and make sure that I got the. All right, there we go. All right, let's start with that again. Very good evening to everyone, and welcome to some girls soccer action for you here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you are here with us on an absolutely gorgeous Thursday evening here in Southwest Illinois. Temperatures hovering right around 65 degrees. We've got a decent breeze coming out of the southwest. Just some light clouds here and there. And all things considered, it is a beautiful day for outdoor sports. And so we've got some outdoor sports for you here. We've got a girls' soccer match for you between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Edwardsville Tigers. Collinsville, they come in with a record of 12-6. They are 3-5 in Southwestern Conference play. Edwardsville, they come in with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. They are 6-1 in Southwestern Conference play. Collinsville are coming off of a 1-0 loss yesterday at the hands of the O'Fallon Panthers. A competitive showing again against the conference leading Panthers, but not quite enough for the victory, unfortunately, if you're a Kahawks fan. Edwardsville, I mentioned their 8-2-2 record. Their last time out was no, that's not it. Sorry. No, that's not it. Sorry about this, folks. Their last action was a 1-1 draw with Father McGivney, which was all the way back on the 29th of April, also known as last Wednesday. So definitely plenty of rest for the Tigers since their last time out. Collinsville, of course, playing their second game in as many days, so we'll see if that plays a factor at all. JV game was won by Edwardsville by a score of 4-0. It was 2-0 at halftime, and Tigers able to push across 2 more goals in the second half for that 4-0 margin, which was actually the margin of the first varsity matchup between these two teams, which was held back at Edwardsville earlier this year. Collinsville, of course, will be hoping for a change in fortunes this go-around. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Network. When we come back, we will give you a bit more of a specific rundown as to what the teams have gotten up to this season. And I'll have that for you here in just a bit on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Are you a collector of sports trading cards and other sports memorabilia? Then you need to check out Rippin' Rookies Cards and Collectibles in Collinsville. Rippin' Rookies specializes in sports cards from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, plus Star Wars cards and more. Rippin' Rookies buys, sells, and trades cards and other memorabilia, and they have a large selection of single and graded cards. Walk-ins at Rippin' Rookies are welcome, or you can set up an appointment for large collections at sales@rippinrookies.com. Ripon Rookies, 102 East Clay Street in the Old Herald Complex. Open Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Ripon Rookies, Collinsville sports card and memorabilia destination.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Mike and Sarah's Produce in Collinsville is a one-stop destination for seasonal fruits, vegetables, and more. Located at 116 North Bluff Road, Mike and Sarah's Produce features fresh selections of your favorite fruits and veggies, from cherries, peaches, and watermelons to corn, tomatoes, and zucchini. You can find all of your produce needs at Mike and Sarah's. Seasonal favorites such as pumpkins in the fall, summer peaches, spring asparagus, and more. Plus, Mike and Sarah's Produce is a go-to in the spring for flowered plants, hanging baskets, and a large selection of fresh seafood. Mike and Sarah's Produce, 116 North Bluff Road in Collinsville. Stop by today.
We welcome you. Well, hold on here. There we go. All right, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. Getting closer now to the start of action between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Give you a bit of a rundown on the schedules for Collinsville. I mentioned their 12-6 record in the Open. They come in on a decent run of form as of late. Kahawks winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Had a 3-game winning streak snapped by the loss yesterday to O'Fallon. Edwardsville, they come in, mentioned, with the 8-2-2 record. They opened the season with one of their 2 ties, which came against Triad, which was scoreless. They then picked up 2 Southwestern Conference wins over the 2 Belleville schools before a loss to Stevenson High School out of Lincolnshire, Illinois. They then picked up that 4-0 win over Collinsville back on the 7th of April before a 1-0 loss to O'Fallon 2 days later. The Tigers would then go on have not been beaten since, and indeed have only been tied once in the 6 games since. Wins over Alton, Belleville West, Belleville East, Granite City, and Glenwood before that 1-1 tie with Father McGivney last week. Getting towards the end of the season now. Playoff seeds are out. The brackets are out. Collinsville been named the number 5 seed in the subsectional. Or actually, maybe the number 4 seed. Edwardsville are the number 2 seed. We've given you all about all the information that we've got here. So we're going to go ahead and take another break. And when we come back, we will give you all the starting lineups for both teams. And we'll have that for you in just a bit on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Network.
Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahawk Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahawk Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook. 618-795-9893. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large-screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
We welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium, getting ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups as the officials for today's game have made their way out to the middle of the field. We'll go ahead and give you the lineups now. For Edwardsville, it will be the senior Jenny Burrows who will be in goal for the Tigers. In front of her will be senior forward Thea Dimitrov, sophomore defender Olivia Wolves, another sophomore defender Kinsley Burnett, senior midfielder Anna Maxim, senior forward Gabby Thompson, the leading scorer for the Tigers with 12 goals on the year, midfielder Grace Hughes, who's a senior, sophomore midfielder Astrid Selberg, junior defender Maggie Cadigan, sophomore defender Madison Klein, junior defender Kaylee Spiller, and I mentioned Burrows in goal.
Number 4, Thea Dimitrov.
For Collinsville, it will be the junior Paige Bonemeyer getting the start in goal. In front of her will be sophomore forward Peyton DeHadway, sophomore midfielder Layla Wilkerson, freshman defender Sophie Corradini, junior midfielder Rylan Judasak, Hayhawks leading scorer with 9 goals, freshman defender Eliana Peck, senior defender Ashley Giannini, junior midfielder Quinn Hall, senior defender Carly Call, who will probably wind up playing farther forward than that. Carly Van Dyke playing the field, and will play in the midfield as the camera goes out for no reason again. And also Eliana Cerna, the junior midfielder. Kahawks coached by Jody Munoz. Edwardsville coached by Justin Burnett. We're going to go and take one more break here on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Network. When we come back, we will have the start of action.
For the Collinsville
As
Kahawks.
they'll play the national anthem here.
Junior
Back in a bit.
goalkeeper number 0, Paige Bodemeyer.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
We welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. Teams wishing each other good luck as we are just about ready to get underway here. Collinsville out there in the purple uniforms with the lighter purple gradient on the fronts of the jerseys, numbers in white. Edwardsville will be out there in the white jerseys, black shorts, orange numbers, and some black trim around the sleeves and collar. Looks like Edwardsville will be going with the pretty strong wind, as I said, blowing out of the south-southwest here, so kind of out of the near right corner, as you all are watching. Flag moving pretty comfortably here, but temperatures are still quite good as we are ready to move on. Nice crowd on hand, as you would figure so for a matchup between these two rivals, as actually I stand corrected. It will be Collinsville who will go with the win to start the game, as the Tigers 11 make their way out there. Goalkeepers, Paige Bodemeyer in all black with kind of day-glow yellow numbers. The Edwardsville keeper, Jenny Burrows, in a darker pink with black numbers. Will be Edwardsville to put the ball into play to start the game at 6:42 local time, and it will be Thea Dimitrov who will do so, and the Tigers will quickly push it forward and out of play. Throw in for Collinsville will come from Layla Wilkerson. Comes into Judasak, but it's intercepted there by, I missed that number. Oh, pardon me. Edwardsville working it forward, but Carly Van Dyke able to clear it away out of the zone for a minute, but picked up there by Gabby Thompson. Tigers continuing to try and work it forward. Comes down onto the feet of Thompson again. Played over off of the feet there of Maxim. And pushed forward there by Klein. And chopped forward trying to find Thompson. That was off of her back. And the Kahawks are able to clear it past the Tigers bench. It'll be a throw-in for Edwardsville from right in front of their bench. Throw-in comes down onto the feet of Dimitrov. She's able to keep it in. Attempted cross deflected off of Peck. And it'll be a throw-in for Cerna. Does so. It's headed away by one of the Tigers players in the direction of Thompson. Rolls down Cerna's back, and she'll play it back to Peck. Pushed forward and off the feet there of Klein. Winds up going out of play, and will be another throw-in for the Tigers. Comes to Klein and played back to the defenders. Circle around to the center back and able to maintain possession after kind of tripping over the ball there was Grace Hughes. Tigers able to maintain possession, recycled back there by, I thought that was Thompson, but guess not. Kahawks with possession here as Judasak gets taken down by Hughes, and it'll be a free kick for the Kahawks from about 45, a little over yards out. It'll be Ashley Giannini who will take it. Right in the middle of the field, pretty much. Flared up into the top of the box, headed away by Spiller. And will be Thompson who will launch it forward up in the direction of Dimitrov, but Giannini will play it back to Bonemeyer. Page launches it forward and it is banked off of the feet of Cadigan. And will be a throw-in for the Kahawks. Wilkerson taking it, coming into Hall, and it's deflected away off of Selberg. And it'll be another throw-in for Layla from probably about 5 yards farther forward. Comes into Hall, and Layla will play it up the sideline. Goes out of play. Throw-in coming for Cadigan, and we'll go straight back to Spiller. Spiller working her way forward, trying to play it up to Cadigan, but a bit too far out in front of her. And again, it will be a throw-in for Wilkerson. Comes in to Judasak, and it's punched forward by the Tigers, but only so far as Giannini. And Ashley will play it up over the midfield, where it's picked up there by Wolves, maybe? A little hard to pick out the number from this angle. Spiller with it, working it forward, and it's chipped forward, but will roll into the box, and Bonemeyer will come out and scoop the ball up as we are just past 4 minutes gone here in this one. Ball popped high up into the air, and the wind will push it forward off of the head of one of the Tigers midfielders, and coming back there, bouncing off of Cadigan. And she has some pressure applied, and we'll just play it to the sideline, and Layla Wilkerson will have another throw-in. Playing it short to Cordini, and it's banked forward, a turn to sender situation, and again, Layla will have a throw-in. Well, tries to go deeper into the field off of the head of Dimitrov. Peck will slide over and make a play on it. Get the pass over to Cerna. And able to get the takeaway there are the Tigers. Thompson settling it into the middle of the field for Hughes, but it'll be pushed back to the Tigers defenders, and Spiller will push it up to Cadigan into the middle of the field there for Klein. And Tigers are electing to push it forward, trying to find Dimitrov. Giannini defends it well, and it's cleared just off the sideline. And Bonemeyer pushing it out of bounds, so it'll be a corner kick here for the Tigers as we are coming up on 6 minutes gone here. It will be Dimitrov to take it. Wind dying down just a little bit here. Popped up into the air, goes right to Bonemeyer. Takes a bit of a bump from Spiller, but no whistle and no harm done, so we will continue on. Bonemeyer pops it up into the air, Wind carrying it out right to midfield. That goes off the feet of Klein, and will be a throw-in for the Kahawks, which will be taken by Peck, I think. We have an infraction committed by the Kahawk, or by the Tigers, so it'll be a free kick again for Giannini from just past halfway, right on the football sidelines. Giannini line drives it forward, popped up into the air. Van Dyke in the area, headed there by Hughes, I think, dropping back as Thompson will chip it forward, and it will roll all the way to Bonemeyer, and Page will have another drop kick to get us back into play here. Carries a good way over the head of Hughes. And it will be Klein who will launch it forward. We'll check up for Dimitrov, who was offsides. So again, a free kick here, which will be taken by Giannini. Come from up at the 35-yard line of the football field, just short of it actually. All launched forward, cleared away there by Hughes. Popped up in the air off of the head of Thompson. She's able to get around Peck. Ball played into the middle for Dimitrov, pushed forward, and diving stop there by Bonemeyer to keep us scoreless here. All popped up into the air once again. Again, Hughes clears it. Pushed forward by Wilkerson in the direction of Hall. And takes a weird hop that will say last touched by Cadigan. And it will be another throw-in for Collinsville. And it will be Wilkerson who will take it. Shadow starting to lengthen here. Out to the top of the numbers, directly in the shadow of the press box. Most of the track covered by full bleachers. Thompson with it, trying to work it forward, and she's got some space and some help coming. She'll leave it off for Selberg, and played back to Thompson, who will send it back to Cadigan. And playing it back to Spiller, who will recycle it over to the opposite side for Wolves. Up to Klein. Played into the middle again for Hughes. Back to Spiller. Pushed forward again. And left in a nice run here from Cadigan. Flected in off of Corradini. Comes back to Klein. Played back to Hughes. All the way over to the far side. And up in the direction of Klein. And finding her. And it goes out of play. Last touched by Peck. So it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers here, as we are just about 10 minutes gone here. Probably will be about 10 minutes as the throw-in actually comes in. Comes down onto the feet of Thompson. Cross into the middle, dangerous spot. And shot and a kick save by Bonemeyer. Push forward and another save by Bonemeyer. That'll get a nice hand from the Kahok faithful. The ball is launched forward again. Wind will push it down there quite a ways. All the way to Spiller. To Hadway trying to apply some pressure. Push forward and Hall able to get a piece of it. Taken away by Hughes. Push forward and ball trying to find Dimitrov, but Giannini, will play it back to Bonemeyer. Page bounces it forward off of the head of Carly Call. Forward, Cerna in there trying to put some pressure on Bernay. Coach's daughter, I would assume. Ball out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville from in front of their bench. And it will be Peck who will take it. Does so fairly quickly, trying to find Cerna. Able to keep it in. Thompson in the area. Cerna maintains possession, gets it to Peck, who launches it forward. Wolves with it. Kahok's trying to get something going on offense here. Judasak with the ball here. Playing it up for Cerna. Cross is deflected. Takes a weird hop off of Wolves. Still in the box, technically. Winds up being cleared away to Thompson. And she will look to get a run going forward. Chopped forward. And Giannini will play it back to Bonemeyer again. As the ball is launched on off of the head of Hughes again. Chopped forward, Wolves able to maintain possession. Played up into the middle. Judasak able to beat Thompson to the ball. Playing it to Peck. Back to Judasak. Back to Peck. And Judasak with it now on the sideline. A little bit of room. Trying to play it into the middle for Call. Deflected away by the Tigers. Knocked around there. Played over here now for Klein. Or Cadigan, 11, not 12. Hughes with it. And that ball is intercepted by Cerna. And a 4-on-5 here for the Kahawks. Cerna with some space and a nice job there by Wolves. Able to take the ball away. And now she'll try and make a run forward. Up into the midfield. Pass comes for Maxim. As each team will look to make a substitution here. Nice job there by Cordini coming back. And we'll play the ball over to the Tigers bench. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers as Kahawks will actually make 2 substitutions. Quinn Hall out, replaced by Reese Kaufman. And I missed the substitute for the Tigers.
Collinsville substitution number 8, Reese Kaufman. Edwardsville substitution number 16, Ella Thompson.
Ella Thompson in for the Tigers. Don't know if there's any relation to Gabby or not. Throw-in comes in. And Edwardsville trying to work it forward. Comes up to Gabby Thompson. And the shot from the corner of the box short hops Bonemeyer, but she fields it well. And we will continue. All popped up into the air a bit, but the wind will push it forward. Off of the head of Carly Call. Judasak will push it forward. But not very far. Giannini with it, and we'll just play it back to Bonemeyer. Run it forward. Comes down for Klein. She'll try and work her way forward. Working her way into the middle. Taken away there. Peck with it now for the Kahawks. Plays it up the sideline. That goes out of bounds off of Bernay. As Leah Rodriguez will come in, take the place of DeHadway for Collinsville.
Collinsville substitution number 3, Leah Rodriguez.
Throw-in will be taken by Peck once again. around to call as the ball is knocked away by Thompson. Be another throw in for Collinsville. Okay, our softball team's winner tonight by the score of 6-3. Or not 6-3. I don't know why I said that. 16-1. Excuse me. Was the score of the softball game. Baseball find themselves down 10-3 in the 6th inning. Todd Duke has that game for you on the Kahok Sports Network YouTube channel. Kahawk's throw-in coming in quickly here. Comes to Cerna from Judasac, and the cross is knocked away by one of the Tigers' defenders over there. And it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. It'll be taken by Peck. And we have a infraction committed again by one of the Tigers players. So it'll be a free kick from just outside the box, which will be taken by Judasac here. See if this is a little bit of an opportunity for the Kahawks. And the ball popped forward off of somebody's head. Stays in the area. Kahawks trying to maintain possession. Worked forward into the box and cleared away by Wolves finally, but only so far as Cordini popped up there. And Van Dyke does a good job maintaining possession, getting it to Call. Popped forward. And nobody really wanted it there for a second, but Thompson able to pick up the ball for the Tigers. And the pass. And just able to keep it in. Nice play there from Cadigan. As it will be Giannini who will clear it. And that was banked off of Selberg, who is applying some pressure. So it'll be a... Oh, that's not right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Throw in for Collinsville, excuse me, is... Looks like we're ready to go. Throw-in comes in off of Kaufman and cleared out by Wilkerson, but again off of the Tigers player. That is Dimitrov, actually, excuse me. I think I misidentified her earlier. Thompson in the area, and now with it, thought about the shot, but electing to recycle, playing it back to Cadigan. Cross into the box, popped up into the air, but no white jerseys there to capitalize as Wilkerson will play it forward. Judasac with it. Popped up in the air by Wilkerson again. Call trying to play it forward. And now some nice pressure being applied by Rodriguez as it comes back to Spiller. Spiller trying to recycle it to Wolves, but a nice step there from Cerna, as Rodriguez will try and push it forward. But able to get there is Klein. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Kahawks. Throw-in comes in. Popped up into the air, trying to find DeHadway. Up as far as Giannini, and she'll throw a shot forward. Headed by Wolves. Judasac in the area. Maxim back there as well for the Tigers, and it'll be played back to Spiller. Spiller up onto the wing for Cadigan, trying to find Thompson running forward. Cordini steps to it and chips it forward, but out of play. Throw in coming from Cadigan. Comes in Cordini with it. Push back only so far as Ella Thompson. First time I've called her name since she was subbed in. It's forward Dimitrov knocking it forward to Maxim. And nice job there by Cordini, able to win the race. Playing it up the line to Kaufman. Push forward, but it finds Thompson for the Tigers instead. Maxim with it. Back now to... don't have a number, unfortunately. As Giannini pushes it forward, but winds up going off of Cerna. Well, he'll finish the job, or attempt to anyway. Tigers keep possession here. Wolves with it. Playing it into the middle of the field, able to find Thompson. Up here now for Cadigan. And trying to find Dimitrov, and it's cleared away by Giannini, and will be another corner kick for Edwardsville. One sub in for each team.
Collinsville substitution number 5.
Melissa Garcia in, taking the place of Cerna.
Edwardsville substitution number 9, Grace Hughes.
Grace Hughes back in, taking the place of Bernay, I think. Corner kick coming from Dimitrov. And that goes out of play. It's on top of the goal, and will be a goal kick for Bonemeyer. Bonemeyer launches it forward. Comes down onto the feet of Judasak, but Edwards will quickly take it away. Hughes playing it back to Klein, and now to Spiller. Spiller trying to launch it forward. Cordini in the area, pushed forward by Wilkerson. Rolls on the ground and finds Rodriguez, trying to get it to Judasak in the middle of the field. Defended well there by Maxim, and now the Tigers have a shot here. Cordini takes it away from Thompson, pushed forward. Only so far as Thompson, now Hughes, and now trying to find Wolves streaking in, and the cross comes in, and it's knocked off the crossbar, saved off the goal line. Nice job there from Carly Van Dyke, I think. Want to make sure that I get that number right, because that was a very good play. Dimitrov working it forward. Ball comes into the box. Thompson intercepts. And played back to Hughes with some room over onto the far side for Wolves. And the shot from the corner of the box is fielded by Bonemeyer on one bounce. And we continue on. Bonemeyer launches it forward off of the head of Ella Thompson. Klein with it, trying to work it up the sideline. Pressure there by Rodriguez. Comes through in the direction of Garcia. Pushed forward by Cordini, trying to find Kaufman, and successful in doing so, but Ella Thompson clears it away. Pushed back by Hughes, and eventually all the way to Spiller. And it will be now Cadigan who will look to work it forward up this near side sideline. Chipped forward, trying to find Thompson. And Thompson knocks it forward, but winds up going out of play, and will be a throw-in for the Kahawks, who will make two substitutions.
Number 2, Peyton DuHadway, and number 15, Quinn Hall.
Rodriguez and Kaufman out, DeHadway and Hall in. As we carry on here. Wilkerson with the throw in. Finds Garcia, plays it back to Layla, who will launch it forward, headed forward by Spiller, and winds up going all the way back to Layla, and so it'll be another throw in from about the same spot. Playing it short to Giannini, but it's, or Cordini, intercepted by Maxim. And her, I'll call it a shot on goal, rolls along the ground, not too much velocity and not too much difficulty there for Bonemeyer. All skied forward, headed down by one of the Tigers, and comes up as far as Selberg. Wolves working her way forward, trying to turn the corner. Cross comes in off of the foot of Giannini. And it'll be another corner kick for the Tigers. This one from the opposite corner. And it has been Dimitrov. But I think it'll be Thompson who will take the one from that side. Popped up into the air, headed away by Wilkerson. And will wind up going out of play, be a throw in here for Edwardsville, which Wolves will come over to play. Trying to find somebody. Likes to play it back to Klein, comes back to Wolves and rolls along the sideline, but stays in. And we'll say, actually, last touch by one of the Tigers players. The Kahawks make another 2-round substitution here as Judasak and
Substitutions number 7, Bonnie Everett, and number 20, Carly Call.
as Call and Everett come back in. Ball goes out of play and will be a throw-in for Edwardsville. Wolves throws it in, comes to Thompson, and played back to Klein, who will send it into the middle for Spiller. Push forward, and over here now for Cadigan, trying to find a runner forward, and successful in finding Maxim. Cross-field pass finds Wolves, who stable to keep it in and cross from off the end line, basically. Cleared away by Cordini, but not very far. And winds up going out of play. And will be a throw-in here for Collinsville. Shadows continuing to lengthen here as we approach 12 minutes to go here in our first half of play. Headed down by Ella Thompson as Cerna will launch it forward. Klein will just go ahead and play it back to Burrows. First time she's had to touch the ball in a while. As nice job there by Hall. Able to keep it in. Oh! Just unsuccessful on it seems. Dimitrov and Selberg out as Maggie Young
Number 15, Maggie Young, and number 24, Reagan Jumper.
and Reagan Jumper enter into the game. Throw in for the Tigers. Kahawks able to get possession of it here as Hall loses it out of bounds. Throw in coming for Cadigan, pushed forward, popped up by Hall, but only so far as Thompson. And she'll play it to the sideline, and it will be a throw-in here for Collinsville. And again, it will be Layla Wilkerson to do so. Throw-in tries to come to Garcia, but headed away by Gabby Thompson. As Giannini will push it forward, but only so far as Klein. Will work it forward into the midfield and pop straight up into the air by Wilkerson. Jumper, who just came in, able to get to that one, and Giannini pop it up in the air. Wolves with some room, some pressure coming in here. Everett in the area for Collinsville, or maybe to Hadway, excuse me. And played forward, nice pass for Cadigan. The wind still present, but has died down definitely. As that's played forward by Wilkerson, will stay in play. Spiller will go ahead and just play it back to Burrows. popped forward over in the direction of Wolves, and that's deflected off of her by Peck. And it will be a throw-in for Collinsville as we are under 10 minutes to go here in our first half of play. Throw-in comes to Garcia. Pressure applied, but Melissa able to keep it in play. Working it forward, knocked around. Quinn Hall knocks it out of bounds, so throw-in coming up for Collinsville. As I said, it was 10-3 earlier, but looks like the baseball team at least trying to make a comeback. What's the score now? 3-run home run from Ben Tillman as the K-Hawks have gotten it all the way back to 10-9. All launched forward by the Tigers. Thompson playing it to her advantage, but Giannini will play it to the sideline. As the Tigers will make a substitution here.
Edwardsville substitution number 6, Kinsley Burnett.
As Burnett will come in, taking the place of Cadigan. As it'll be a throw-in here taken by Burnett. Throw-in comes in, headed by Call. Push forward by Thompson. Nice effort there from Garcia. Tigers will try and cycle it through their defenders. And trying to find a runner there in Burnett and able to get around Wilkerson. Pass comes into the middle and a nice job able to get a toe on it from Giannini as it's cleared out way there by Everett. And there'll be another throw in for Burnett here. Trying to get it to Thompson. As we have a foul called on Thompson. So he's not thrilled with the call, but nice job there by Wilkerson shielding. And it'll be a free kick from, well, about as far away as you can get in the world of soccer. And it will be Giannini again to take it as the wind has almost completely died down. Low line drive off of the foot of Thompson. Headed forward by Call as winds up coming back to Spiller. Trying to get around Everett. Hall is trying to apply some pressure. Able to get it to Burnett are the Tigers. Worked forward as Call works it forward to Cerna. Chopped forward. Spiller looking to respond in kind. Coming down for Maxim. Defended well there. Coming back now to Thompson. Trying to get around Wilkerson. Cross chipped in off of Bonemeyer and just able to grab onto it is Page. A couple of Tigers players in the area who would have loved, I'm sure, to get a goal across. Moved forward, Maxim from the top of the box, shot wide of the net. And that'll be a goal kick for Bonemeyer. Substitutes in for both teams. Garcia out. Van Dyke, I think, back in for Collinsville. As Call will move forward.
Substitution number 17, Carly Van Dyke. Edwardsville substitutions number 20, Dylan Cohn, and number 22, Addison Greenwood.
Dylan Cohn and Addison Greenwood making their first appearances for the Tigers. Final score 10-9 in the baseball game. Close, but not quite. Commendable effort. Kahok showing some fight, but they do unfortunately fall to O'Fallon tonight as the shot from well away winds up being on goal. Saved by Bonemeyer with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in our first half of play. High into the air from Bonemeyer. Off of the head of one of the Tigers players. And Bernay with it. And nice pressure there applied by DeHadway. Looking for some help. And hard challenge from Spiller. Will be a foul, but no card will be issued. It will be a free kick here. Or no foul at all, actually. Well, that a clean, but definitely a hard challenge, but they will rule it a clean one. Reese Kaufman in for the Kahawks, as the Kahawks will have a corner kick taken by Cerna. Popped up into the air, into the area. And Dyke gets taken down. Giannini pushing it forward. Scramble for it. Wolves pushing it forward. And playing it forward, trying to find Jumper. Kahawks trying to get numbers back. And Hall will clear it away, but it goes over the sideline. It will be a throw-in for Edwardsville, but we'll give the Kahawks time to get their defense set here with 2.5 minutes to go. Or coming up on 2.5 to go anyway. Wolves throws it in. And Dyke pushing it forward, only so far as Jumper. And Wilkerson plays it up in the area of Wolves. Popped forward. And we'll hop right to Bonemeyer. Who will put a drop punt into play with probably right about 2 minutes exactly left to go here in the first half. A little over, actually, but semantics, I suppose. Headed forward by the Kahawks, trying to find a Hadway. Ball scrambled for it. And not much of a whistle there as it comes down onto the feet of Greenwood. Played forward onto the feet of Young. Wilkerson playing it forward. As Cerna trying to play it up for Hall, but a bit too far in front of Quinn. And with 80 seconds to go, it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Throw-in comes off. Oh, off of Corradini, apparently. That will prompt some moans and groans. 1 minute to go here. I didn't see it, but the linesman's a lot closer than I am, so I'll trust his judgment. Launch forward by Hall, and we'll roll to Burrows. And launch forward. Call able to get a foot to it with 38 seconds left. Trying to work it forward are the Tigers. Those will go, or Kahawks, excuse me, it goes out of the play. It will be a throw-in for the Tigers here with 30 seconds to go. It's from Klein up the sideline, bounces over the head of Jumper. And actually able to get to it is Jumper. Attempted cross into the middle, cleared away nicely by Corradini. And able to keep it in is DeHadway. But that will be actually 10 seconds to go, so not quite done yet. All will roll forward. And played back, and that will be the end of the first half of play. So after one half of play, we are scoreless we'll go ahead and take a break here, and we'll be back in just a bit for the halftime show here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville is much more than what's in their name. Of course, Save On Liquor and Wine has liquor and wine, from brand names to specialty brands. Plus, they have gas, cigars, fountain drinks, coffee, craft beers, and other sundries and snacks. Plus, everything Save On Liquor and Wine has to offer comes served by a friendly, attentive, helpful, and polite staff that will go out of their way to serve you that special something for every taste. Make sure you check out Save On Liquor and Wine's new location at 6100 Center Grove Road in Edwardsville. Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville, 809 St. Louis Road, or call 618-344-1638. Save On Liquor and Wine, something for every taste. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville is your go-to place to get that pampered treatment for your fur baby. All Fluffed Up offers one-on-one grooming sessions by skilled and professional groomers, focusing on a stress-free and fear-free experience for both pup and pup parent. Owned and operated by former Kahok Jenny Eves, All Fluffed Up in Caseyville offers nail trimming, ear cleanings, bathing, and fur trimming, as well as full cuts. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville, 16 East Reynolds Street. Call Jenny Eves for an appointment at 618-855-8533. Mobile grooming coming soon. That's all fluffed up in Caseyville. 618-855-8533. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
We welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. We are scoreless here at halftime between Collinsville and Edwardsville. All three of the other sports that we cover on a semi-regular basis here at Collinsville High School were in action today. Kahawk softball picked up a nice 16-1 win over East St. Louis. Get a conference victory. Collinsville baseball unfortunately lost by a score of 10-9, but showed a nice spirited comeback attempt after being down 10-3 going into the 7th inning. The Hawks were able to get 6 runs back, but could not get that 7th to tie it. We are scoreless here at halftime, as I said. Kahok boys volleyball team is also in action over in Fletcher Gym taking on Belleville West. I don't have a score for that. Excuse me. But they were playing. And we'll see if I can maybe track a score down and update that for you all here in just a bit. That's going to go ahead and wrap things up for us here on the halftime show. We'll be back here in just a bit for second half action on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Looking for some unique food options, super cold drinks, and a fun atmosphere with an attentive staff? Look no further than Hurricanes Bar and Grill in Collinsville. Owned and operated by former Kahok State soccer champ Tim Johnson, Hurricanes has been one of the area's great meeting places for fun, food, live sports and music, and video gaming. Daily specials like Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, and Fish Fridays. Hurricanes will tackle those hunger pains. Hurricanes is always open during all of Uptown Collinsville's Main Street festivals. Hurricanes is the place to satisfy your hunger and thirst needs. Hurricanes Bar and Grill, 222 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-345-0846. 618-345-0846.
All right. We welcome you back here to. Hold on here. Come on now. Not sure why it does that. Anyway, it should fix itself here in a moment. We welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Getting ready now for the start of the second half of action. Collinsville will be going, well, into what little wind remains, as it has definitely died down considerably since the start of action here. As we are just half past 7 o'clock here, as most of the field now covered in shadow, at least partially. Majority of the field here, but still some light making its way over the bleachers at the south end of the stadium. Collinsville will put the ball into play to start the second half, and it will be Peyton DeHadway, I think, who will do so.
Collinsville with the ball play to open the second half.
As we are ready to go. Hadway played back to Van Dyke and playing it up for Cerna. Cerna up across and tap forward, finding DeHadway and trying to set it up for Cerna, but able to just play it to the sideline. There is Bernay, and will be a throw-in for Cerna, who will go quickly, getting it into DeHadway, and Bernay now with it, trying to play it forward as that is deflected off of Cerna. Reagan jumper in the area for the Tigers, but will be a throw-in for Edwardsville. Throw-in comes in, trying to find Maxim, but will wind up rolling all the way to Peck, who pops it up into the air. Bouncing around and in the area of Selberg. It's played across over onto the other side for Cadigan. And up into the middle there. And Hadway trying to apply some pressure on Spiller and able to force the play back to Burrows, who will get it up to Maxim. Maxim trying to spring jumper. Giannini fends it well, and jumper with the pass and the shot and the goal for Gabby Thompson at 41-23. And that will finally break the deadlock here. Gabby Thompson with her 13th of the year. And that will make it 1-0 in favor of the Tigers. Hadway will.
Tigers goal scored by number 8, Gabby Thompson. Time of the goal, 41-23. Thompson.
Hawks with it, trying to work the ball around. Van Dyke played over to Peck, but it's intercepted there by Dimitrov. And able to get around Wilkerson, still with it. Knocked around in a shot off the crossbar, off of Bonemeyer, and Page able to corral it eventually, as Edwardsville very nearly had 2 goals in about 40 seconds of game time. All launched forward up over midfield, off of the shoulder of DeHadway, but the Tigers will be able to work it forward. Maxim with it. Forward, and that one's intercepted by Wilkerson, headed down by Ella Thompson up to Gabby Thompson, and able to get around Giannini, and the shot saved by Bonemeyer. Wilkerson will just play to the sideline and release some of the pressure. Thrown comes in off of Thompson, bounces into the box. Giannini trying to play it forward to DeHadway. And Peyton's pushed down, so it'll be a free kick for the Kahawks. Free kick from Giannini forward. And we'll have a foul the other way, as they'll get Garcia for the hold on Selberg. Free kick will be taken by Spiller. She launches it forward, off of the head of Jumper. Able to find Maxim. Shot is deflected by one of the Kahawk players. And the Kahawks will look to work forward. Cerna getting it to DeHadway. Nice give and go there, getting it to Cerna. He's blocked out by the combination of Bernay and Ella Thompson. Ball worked around in the midfield. Garcia pushes it forward, but it winds up bouncing to Edwardsville's advantage. Trying to get it up to Jumper again. And Giannini will clear it, and then is deflected off of Gabby Thompson. And will be a throw-in for the Kahawks, which will be taken by Eliana Peck after the Kahawks make a substitution, as Melissa Garcia will head out, replaced by Kaufman, I think?
Substitution number 8, Reese Kaufman.
Yes. Thrown comes in, able to get around to the benefit of Call, but Edwardsville working it back through Wolves, and she'll play it over to Spiller. Trying to work it forward, play it up the sideline, trying to find Dimitrov, but Wilkerson able to get to it. Wolves with it. And worked around, now played over onto the other side for Peck. Up to Kaufman. Resurveying things and trying to push it forward to DeHadway. And referee says play on, so we will continue. Ball comes onto the feet of Thompson. Pass forward trying to find Jumper, but Bonemeyer will race out and grab that one before Reagan could get to it. As we approach, or now at, 6 minutes gone here in our second half of play. All cleared away, headed forward by Ella Thompson, able to find Jumper again, getting it to Thompson. And to Bernay, and now to Thompson once again. And played back to Selberg. Up into the midfield, and nice step forward there by Cordini. And Cerna will play it forward, bouncing off of Hall. And eventually it'll make its way back to Spiller, who will play it forward, but intercepted there by Carly Call. Edwardsville able to maintain possession, but Kahawks definitely trying to apply some pressure here. Bernay with it, and she's got some room. Trying to play it forward, but it's intercepted by Peck, who will push the ball back a bit farther. Wolves with it. Kind of a 1-4-4-1 look here for Collinsville. At least to start, as that ball is played all the way over the end line and will be a goal kick for Bonemeyer. I'd like to thank you all for watching. This is my last solo broadcast of the week. I will be back here at Kahok Stadium on Saturday for the annual Kahok Invitational Track and Field meet, which is always a fun time. Looks like the weather should be pretty good for that. Duke and Josh and I will have that for you. Well, Josh will be our throwing correspondent, as he'll be down watching the shot put and discus and giving us updates from that, which is over in an area that we cannot see from here. It's kind of in the quad area of the high school, over on the other side of the vocational building. But getting ahead of myself. So we carry on. Edwardsville with the possession and trying to play it forward for Dimitrov. Wilkerson charging hard, and Wilkerson able to get a piece of it, but it will be a corner kick for Edwardsville. And it will be Dimitrov, I think, who will take it here. Kick comes in high, far, and right at Bonemeyer at the end of the day. And Page will grab onto it and get things back going the other direction. Popped forward. Comes down and able to get there is Cordini, getting it to Hall. Hall trying to turn the corner on Klein, or Cadigan, excuse me. Was out of play. And the linesman says Collinsville ball, so that's what the center referee will go with, as he did not have a definitive line on that one. Throw in, trying to get it to Hadway, I think, but the Kahawks trying to recycle it here. Giannini play it back to Bonemeyer, whose left-footed strike is pretty solid, on target anyway. Hadway able to force the ball cleared away by the Tigers. It'll be another throw-in for Collinsville, which again will be taken by Wilkerson. Throw-in comes to Cordini. She's knocked off the ball, and the Tigers will look to push forward, trying to find Dimitrov, but, or not Dimitrov actually. Not sure who that was, but Bonemeyer able to get to it, as we are under 30 minutes to play here in our second half of action. All pop forward. Takes one big bounce off of one of the Tigers players' heads. Hall with it. It's knocked away by Klein, I think. So it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Only comes so far as Maxim. Played back to Cadigan. And that is actually deflected off of the Tigers player. Not sure who that was, so be a throw-in again for Wilkerson, who's looking, get it into the area of Van Dyke. And right along the midline, and able to step to that one is Kaufman. Playing it up for Hadway, trying to play it back to Kaufman. Popped up into the air by Bernay, only so far as Hall. And Quinn will look to turn the corner, and a little too aggressive in trying to get around the Shepherd, so it will be a free kick for the Tigers. With 28 and a half now to go here, as Shadow has, for all intents and purposes, covered the whole field now. The green trees over on the other side of Morrison Avenue, and a nice golden light, as well as can't quite see it from my angle, but I'm sure it's a pretty nice sunset behind me to the west. Thompson with it. crossing over, trying to find Jumper, and Jumper able to get to it, but Giannini gets a piece of it. It's cleared away over the sideline, so it'll be a throw in here for Edwardsville, which will be taken by Kinsley Burnett. Popped up into the air for Thompson, trying to get over to Jumper, and it goes out of play off of one of the Tiger players, and it'll be Kahok's ball, but I'll have two substitutions to make here. DeHadway and Hall out as Rodriguez and Everett come in. Throw in coming from Peck. Forward over Van Dyke off of Rodriguez, and Leah in the area, but it's intercepted there by Selberg. Coming now for Maxim. Attempted cross into the middle, gets around Dimitrov and Wilkerson, and it will wind up being Bonemeyer who will come out to get it. Nice shepherd there from Wilkerson. Oh, popped high. Got under it a little bit there, did Bonemeyer, but it gets a favorable bounce. It's down to the middle, popped up by Cerna. And Everett looking to apply some pressure, and it's pushed forward there by Spiller, I think. And coming across the field now, trying to find Burnett, and does a nice job getting around Kaufman. Up now to Thompson. Thompson working it forward, able to find Jumper. Cross tended back for Thompson, but it's cleared away by Giannini. And will be another throw in for the Kahawks as the Tigers will make some substitutions. As Klein comes back in, as well as Hughes, as Spiller and not sure who the other one was, but Spiller definitely sitting down. Wolves into the middle for Hughes, and over onto the far side for Cadigan. He'll throw a shot into the middle off of the head of Giannini. Bounces forward, and Cerna trying to work it forward here for Collinsville. Playing it up the sideline in the direction of Rodriguez, but Cadigan intercepts it. Played now to Wolves, over now for Burnett. Klein trying to work it forward. Up in the middle for Maxim. Chipped over trying to find Jumper, but she was offsides. Free kick for Collinsville. We're over 15 minutes gone here in our second half of play. Score 1-0 Tigers on a goal just about a minute and a half in from Thompson on the feed from Jumper. Nice and early. Wolves pushing it forward in the direction of Dimitrov, and Dimitrov will just go ahead and play it back to Burrows. We'll play it over to Wolves. Kahok trying to apply some pressure here. Wolves working it around. Nice job from the Tigers as Klein up onto the wing for Cadigan. Back to Klein. And trying to find Cadigan on the run, and she has some room. As Giannini will come over and provide a strong challenge to that, as that is deflected off of the Tigers player, and will be a throw-in for Collinsville here. We are approaching the 8 o'clock hour. That comes down off of one of the Tigers players, and now to play again. Be another throw-in for Collinsville from a similar spot. A line drive played into the middle of the field for the Tigers. Comes down to Thompson. Giannini steps forward. Up now to Hughes. Cadigan with it, playing it up the sideline. Popped up into the air. And Now onto the feet of Maxim, trying to survey things. Played over to Selberg. And back now to Bernay. Up to Thompson. And over onto the other side for Cadigan. Nice move to get around Wilkerson. Played in. And cleared away by Hall. And that is out of bounds off of Kaufman. So it'll be a quick... hold on a minute. Have some substitutions to be made.
Substitutions number 5, Melissa Garcia, number 15.
Garcia and Hall in for Collinsville.
Substitution number 1, Jenna Jones.
As Kaufman and Van Dyke have a break. Jenna Jones makes her first appearance for Edwardsville. Bernay surveying things. And the throw in, trying to get it to Jumper. It's crossed in, deflected. Jumper able to keep it in for a moment. Winds up going over the sideline. Will be a throw in for Collinsville. We approach the 3-quarter mark of this game. Getting towards the end of regular season action, but still a couple weeks left for sports here. 2 more conference series for baseball, softball. Have a couple of conference games left, not too many now. As ball's launched forward, and this is the 9th of 10 conference games for Collinsville. Just have to play Belleville East here. And then 2 other games left against Father McGivney here on Monday and Triad here on Tuesday as we continue along here. As we... Rylan get hurt? She left on crutches. Oh, well, that's not good. All worked forward. Giannini able to step to it. And we'll go out of play for a throw in. As we Hawks with the ball here, trying to work it around Jumper. Will come now to Bernay. Hiding Thompson now. To Jumper. And played back for Wolves over to Klein. Garcia able to step to it. Klein playing it back as we are over halfway gone here in our second half of play. Tigers trying to work it forward, cross in from Maxim to Thompson, turn the corner, and shot, and a goal. Gabby Thompson with her second of the game at 61-51. Give her 14 now on the year, and that'll make it 2-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Edwardsville Tigers' second goal of the game scored by number 8, Gabby Thompson. Time of the goal, 60-51. Thompson, her second of the game.
Or 60-51, excuse me, yes. That makes it 2-0 Tigers. All worked forward. a infraction committed by Edwardsville. Oh, it'll be a free kick for Collinsville from about 12 yards or so behind midfield. Giannini will take it. Launched forward and bouncing to Wolves. To Hadway in the area, trying to apply some pressure, but Edwardsville able to clear it away. Wilkerson trying to keep it in. Edwardsville able to dispossess it. Played up to Thompson. 2 goals already, trying to get the hat trick. And bounced away there. And cleared away by the Kahawks as far as Wolves. Wolves into the middle of the field for Klein. There to Hughes. Forward. And down here as Wolves playing it back to Burrows. Burrows clear it to the sideline as 3 substitutes will come in for the Tigers, 1 for Collinsville. Van Dyke back in for Garcia. Caroline Wiley, Maggie Young, and Addison Greenwood in for Edwardsville. As Thompson will sit down. And wonder maybe if that might be the end of her night or if this is just a scheduled break. But up 2-0. Probably a little early to start running in your bench, but keeps the legs fresh. Of course, the benefit of Edwardsville having not played a game in 8 days. And you're far enough into the season now, but shouldn't be too much of an issue, but just trying to get everybody back into, game shape. Edwardsville are back in action tomorrow, as they will travel across the river to take on St. Louis Power Corhezu. Bernay to Wolves into the middle for Selberg. Back to Bernay and into the middle for Selberg. And pushed forward by Jenna Jones as Peck will play it to Giannini, who launches it forward, and that goes off of Klein. It'll be thrown for Collinsville, who will make a substitution. Allison Barrera come in, take the place of Carly Call. Under 15 minutes to go now here. Throw-in comes in. That goes over the sideline off of Jones. Throw-in comes quickly, but will go to Wolves. And over to Klein. Some pressure being applied there by Everett. And Klein will work it forward simply. Playing it forward to Jones. Back into the middle now for Klein. Hadway trying to apply some pressure here. And over now for Bernay again. Lights starting to take effect here. Worked forward. Up the sideline for Jones. Cross in, deflected. And Jones able to keep it in somehow. Cleared away to the sideline. Will be a throw-in for Edwardsville. continue on here. As we do have 2 more games for you next week. We got baseball from Fletcher Field against Edwardsville on Tuesday. And then the Kahok girls soccer regular season finale here next Friday, 15th, against Triad, which will certainly be a tough one. And then first round of playoffs will be the following Tuesday, the 19th, semifinal action against Belleville East. Quinn Hall trying to work it forward for the Kahawks, but cleared away there by Wiley. And Wilkerson will go ahead and play it back to Bonemeyer. Forward now. And popped up into the air. And will bounce out of play. Some more substitutes in for Edwardsville, it looks like. See.
Edwardsville substitutions number 16,
Ella Thompson. Kaylee Spiller back in. We are coming up on 10 minutes to go here. Edwardsville looking to improve to 7-1 in conference, and if they can win out with a win over O'Fallon, they would clinch a share, barring an upset loss somewhere, clinch a share of the Southwestern Conference title. Van Dyke with it, launching it forward, goes out of play. Will be a throw-in coming up here, which will be taken by, not Spiller, she'll leave it for Wolves. We'll bluff the throw and then play it to Spiller, who will send it back to Burrows here. Popped forward. Finding Burrows. And up forward. Trying to find Wiley. And played forward by Klein off. And trying to find one of the runners forward, but Giannini will send it back to Bonemeyer. As we continue on, 10 minutes now to go here in this one. The penultimate conference game of the year for Collinsville. Edwardsville do still have 2 more after this one. O'Fallon and O'Fallon again. We have a foul committed by Edwardsville. It'll be a free kick for Collinsville, which will be taken by Giannini from about 5 yards past the half line. Alton Monday, O'Fallon Tuesday. Headed down into the box and they're away. And over the sideline will be a throw in for Collinsville. Throw in comes quickly, deflected by DeHadway. Wolves able to run it out. Pressure applied by DeHadway. Popped up by Peck and goes over Spiller, but Klein there to clear it. No real pressure from Collinsville. Jones pushing forward, and Klein will launch it forward. Comes up to Van Dyke, forward to Hall. Launched forward by Peck, bounces into the middle, and charging to get that one is Hughes. Up now to Wiley. Trying to get it over there on the far side. Wilkerson playing some tough defense as we have a foul called against Edwardsville. A free kick for Giannini with 7:50 to go here. Probably closer to 7:40 or so by the time the free kick actually winds up getting taken. That's the 2 games that next week, and then a game the following Tuesday, the 19th, against Alton. And that will be the end of our year here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. I'm sure Zach Roseman, may wind up at a playoff game somewhere, but as of now, we will see, although I know that will not be at the soccer playoff game because that's the same day as that baseball game. Played across here, and Edwardsville trying to work it forward. Popped up into the air and cleared away. We'll go out over the sideline, be a throw in here for Collinsville, as both teams will make some more substitutions here. Into the game for Collinsville is Carly Collin back in? Yes. Throw in from Wilkerson. Headed down, knocked around. And the shot rolls to Bonemeyer. And it'll be another drop punt for Bonemeyer with 6 minutes to go here. Up in the air, out towards midfield. Worked forward, played back. And cleared now out of play. Or not out of play, excuse me. Into the midfield. Wolves pushing forward, Jones with it. And trying to get it to Wolves, who is unable to keep it in bounds. Five minutes, or coming up on it now, go here in this one. All comes down. Wilkerson able to push it forward, trying to find a Hadway. Played back, and Spiller push it forward. Cross popped forward by Peck, finding Wiley. Up into the midfield there for Young. And a long shot right to Bonemeyer. And we will continue on. Ball launched forward. Headed down. And Wilkerson to Corradini. Up to there, and pressure being applied by Young again. With 4 minutes now to go here in this one. Popped up into the air, and Wilkerson forward and offsides. A free kick for Collinsville here with 3.5 minutes to go. On forward. Played back to Klein. Launched forward. And Giannini will just play to the sideline. Substitute for Edwardsville. Clock will stop. The winning team making a substitution in the last 5 minutes. Wolves out. Replaced by Ava Horsefall. Comes back, and Horsefall up into the middle of the field. Comes down for Giannini, who will snap it forward to Wilkerson. Intercepted there by Greenwood. And played back now for Horsefall again. Banked off of Hall. Horsefall will push it forward and winds up rolling all the way to Bonemeyer with 2.5 minutes to go here in this one. Launch forward, popped up into the air. Wiley looking to track it down. Round and played forward and be a throw in, I guess technically for Collinsville. I don't know if they, just throw in. All right. Under 2 minutes to go now. All launch forward. Cleared away. As what? Camera freeze? What on earth? Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I don't know how much of that y'all may or may not have seen, so apologies about that. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, all forward. Ella Thompson with the shot that goes wide of the net. Bonemeyer will go and track it down herself with 79 seconds left. Or 70 seconds, excuse me, left here in this one.
1 minute remaining.
And 1 minute remaining as Bonemeyer will put the ball back into play. Knocked forward. Down onto the feet of Young. Worked forward. And launched forward so far as Spiller with 30 seconds now. Popped forward. Cleared away. Played across the field to Horsefall. And with 10 seconds to go, Edwardsville will work it forward. Jones back to Horsefall, who is unable to keep it in play. And that will wrap things up. Final score 2-0 in favor of Edwardsville on the brace from Gabby Thompson. Edwardsville improved to 9-2-2, 7-1 in conference play. And as I mentioned, we'll have a tough task ahead of them tomorrow as they travel across the river to take on St. Louis Power Corps Jesus. Collinsville dropped to 12-7, 3-6 in conference, and are back in action here Monday night against Father McGivney. We will carry on with that. Our next broadcast will be, not counting the track meet, on Saturday, will be next Tuesday, as we've got baseball against these same Edwardsville Tigers. But until then, I'd like to wish everybody the best, and, well, if you're going to watch the track meet Saturday, then I'll see you then, and if not, have a great weekend, everyone.